And three, two, one, action. Hey, strangers, it's been a while. Don't Telegram and drive. Don't Zoom and drive. Don't YouTube and drive. Don't be on your phone and drive. Don't break your phone holder and drive and prop it up in the middle of your dashboard. Don't wait till the last minute and say, you know what? I can check Telegram here before I go live. And no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is don't stop showing up. What up? TK here. I am T Nation. Man, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a couple weeks, a few weeks. I haven't showed up. And although I've been making things happen out here in Wisconsin, um, I haven't been redeeming myself by going live like I'm supposed to be once a week. I almost said at least once a week, but that is true because Transmutation Ministry with me people it's excuses, thinking I'm too busy, not being in the right area, not being properly prepared. Um, and there he is, speaking the devil. I mean, speaking the saint, Sir Mr. Kenny Simmons, just talking about you. It's just excuses, and I'm not beating up on myself like, oh, I've been showing up. I've been doing this. By the way, Kenny, how's the sound? We are live on IMC TV. I can't remember what I had going on. Well, last Friday I had a wedding. I can't remember the time before that, but what up, Seth? Oh, that's you, Seth. Oh, I thought it was Kenny, or Kenny and Seth. Oh man, oh man. All right, and I get my stuff together here. And what do you know? I'm heading down to Milwaukee to pick up some equipment because I have a wedding in Green Bay tomorrow. So to save myself the long drive, I'm getting my equipment tonight. And one of the best DJs in my fact is playing tonight. I'm going to support him. I'm actually going to give him a ride to the event, support for about an hour, do a little recon because who would have thought, like 15 years ago, Drunken Tony would have been stumbling around Milwaukee, pre-gaming in his apartment by himself or his drinking buddy at the time, and then dancing like an idiot, making some half-hearted approaches and hopefully making it home safe at night. And now I just turned 40. I just lost a friend on my birthday that we're actually making plans. I was going to play at his raising awareness to sobriety event. I can't think of the name right now. Rockin' to Recovery. And what do you know? He passes away. And Seth, all respect for now, I'm just going to put yourself on mute in case something happens. And I'm going to go a little disclaimer here. Since this is public, that everything, normally whatever is said here stays here. So remember, this is public for the world to see. So before you share anything personal, remember that this is for the world to see. And anything that you share that is personal and you do not give someone consent to share it, they will be fined $10,000. Why do we say that? Because after we're going to find out, you don't share someone's personal story, personal information. Oh, I got something on you, and I'm going to blackmail you. Because there's that little percentage out there that is hating, that's trying to make a quick buck and it's trying to take advantage of other people. Don't break the laws of the land that you live in. Normally, this is for men 18 and plus, but since it's open to the world again, anyone can watch. Your discretion is advised. If you have your kids, that's on you. What else? That's pretty much it. So I'm headed to Milwaukee right now, and I'm still working on not waiting till last minute. Now, as a wedding DJ, you cannot wait till last minute. They actually gave us the company I work for $25 if you show up 90 minutes early. So that gives you plenty of time to set up, show up, time to get things situated. Now, my phone. So if you have a question or have something you'd like to say, just raise your hand and I'll look to see and I'll call upon you and I'll unmute you. So where in your life are you waiting till last minute? Are you saying like, okay, I'll wait till then, I'll do it then, I'll do it then? Me, 15 years ago is today. And for the longest time, I've had these hopes and dreams. I wanted to be a big name DJ in Milwaukee. And I was a proud pay to play DJ at the Rave, one of the biggest venues in the Midwest, Stellar Spark events. I went to a seminar the night before New Year's. I think it was 2009, 2000, maybe 2008. DJ Benny Benazzi was playing. My friend who actually taught me to play, Doug, DJ Clips, shout out to him, was renting equipment to one of the side stages. And I just so happened to have money at the time and I put my name to play. So when these real DJs start hating, oh, you sold out, Adam, one of the creators of Stellar Spark, said, if you cannot draw a crowd of 20 or more, why should you be playing here? So I actually just had a guitarist asked to play at my New Year's event coming up in Milwaukee. It's going to be at the Tripoli Shrine Center. Who would have thought, just a few blocks down from the Brave. And he charges $222. And he's got a great story, overcoming addiction. I believe it was heroin, lost a couple friends. I think he lives in his car. It has like an art show, a fire and flow show. And I'm like, that's great, but how many people are going to come to support you? How many people are going to pay to watch you play? How big of a crowd are you going to draw? So where are you? But where am I going with that? So you can easily earn your way to the top by getting your way in there. These big name artists, musicians, actors, the stuff that if you know, and we're not going to say it here because I don't want to get dinged, but the things that they do to work their way up to the top, So what did I do? I had money at the time. I'd be partying, that this guy that I'm supporting tonight. I see him at a couple parties back in the day, partying with him, drinking. And I never thought that I'd be booking him to one of my shows, not one, but several. And now I'm actually going to pick him up to give him a safe ride to where he's playing tonight. And just out of curiosity, asked him like, hey, you mind if I open for you to play at this other club you played at? What would it take, I don't want to just be like, hey, I'm your buddy, And I tell you what, these guys, look at your hometown or look wherever you are, or you look up to, and there's so many people throwing themselves at them. Like he would tell me, like the guys that would just expect so much from him by giving so little. He really appreciates friendship. Someone real, authentic from, and not trying to get something out of you. So think of our teacher, AZD. What does he charge? Like 25 grand now an hour? Or he probably got so fed up with people trying to pick his brain and just get something for nothing. Oh, I'll take you out to lunch, bro. Let me take you out for a free lunch. Let me buy your food. And just freaking drilling him question after question after question. And for probably till he gets blue in the face. And who knows what they're going to do with that advice that he gives them, So let's say you get free advice from someone you take out to lunch. Think about like your favorite mentor guru, AZD would be an example, but let's say someone that you look up to, someone when it comes to working out, someone who's really good, like one of the best in the world at your job or a hobby that you like, and sitting down and having an hour-long lunch with them, an hour-long lunch. Now picture yourself paying 25 grand for that hour with them and getting the same information. Now, what are you going to do with that information? There you go. Why am I sharing this? Because, like I said, I just turned 40 and I'm going down to the city where I used to live in, but I was still lonely and depressed and just, I thought I moved to the big city and things would change, things would get better. I'd be a little closer to my base where I was serving, going to school, and it was weird because my girlfriend at the time lived like in a different city, like hour and a half. And you think I could easily get a girl. Why was that? Because I had commitment issues. I only wanted to see my girl once a week, and something about being like too close, too convenient there. Friends, thinking that they were my friends, looking at what kind of a friend I was, getting blackout drunk every weekend, like having to drink in my room before I even went out socialize. Having a close call. Remember those Solar Spark events at the rave? The last time I played there, not even remember how I got home. I got into an accident. And now I can share things here like, oh, you said you did this. Well, guess what, mother ever? I'm a 20-year retired Air Force National Guard. And you go ahead and you try to take that from me, because let me ask you this. Before you hate on me and what I did, look at yourself and ask, what are you contributing? And instead of kicking you while you're down, let me ask you this. What do you want to contribute? And how can I help you get there? Welcome to Beyond Clarity. Do we have any questions or comments?
Oh no, man.
All right. What up, Seth?
Hey,
Introduce
what's up?
yourself, Seth.
I'm Seth.
This is Seth. Are you
Yeah,
INC Nation, Seth?
my IMC Nation, man. Definitely. A lot of good guys I met here, man.
Good
Definitely.
to have you, brother. What's going on with you?
Life, man.
Yeah. Anything you like to go over? Anything I said that kind of resonated with you?
Lately, I had to say, man, is that you don't know when it hits you until it hits you.
Oh man. You mind and by the way, Seth, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a truck driver. So whatever you buy from the store, thank this man because he safely delivers it to you. Go ahead, Seth.
Um, yeah, man. At the moment, I'm not driving at the moment. I just had a little employment fall out again, but I pushed
Well,
through.
not at the
Yeah,
moment, but and Seth is very tech savvy too, so
yeah, I
I
am.
can
I
see I
appreciate
can
that.
see you eventually working from your computer anywhere in the world and just making a comfortable living and helping people.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to live is to help people. You know, what will happen?
All right, I just quick looked at my map here. Like I said,
Oh,
don't YouTube and drive, but here we are. Yeah, do something in the 20 and the stuff that I gotta, you know, myself back. If I was doing something good, I get scared and back out, or I'd go what was called self-sabotage, self-destructive mode. And just thinking like, my God, and this guy I'm picking up, our mutual friend, he's actually a couple years older than me, Army. He got released because he got in this trouble. And he said, whenever he saw me out, I remind him of like what he should be doing. Because where was I going with that? So one night in an alternate state of mind, New Year's Eve, I told him, I'm like, you look back at what we were doing in our 20s, and now look at us now, our upper 30s. Picture ourselves like 10 years from now in our 40s, looking back and be like, yeah, like right now, like not wanting to go live, not wanting to put myself out there, and still doing it, clearing myself. Because every time before I go live, I tell you what, I majority of the time, I don't know what I'm going to say. I really don't feel like doing it. Sometimes I get so tired. And after what happened to me, like Seth, you kind of hit it right there, how it just hits you like that. And how my friend passed away, I'm not sure if you're on here, but Stellar Spark events. This kid named Joy Jonas, who my girlfriend, and by the way, my girlfriend at the time seemed to know a lot of guys, unfortunately, and you know what that means. Um, Hooked me up with free drinks. Come to find out, he was in a band of drummer, and long story short, he played drums during my set the year after. Skrillex was actually the DJ that night in one of the side stages. Didn't even prepare, and that's when Travis Barker DJ AM duo was hot. The DJ drummer duo. Didn't even practice, killed it that night. And all of a sudden we get reacquainted, and I'm supposed to play at his event next Saturday, Rockin' to Recovery. And I'm a DJ, We catch up, joking around, I'm just talking this last Saturday, and all of a sudden I'm aimlessly scrolling on Facebook, and I see he passed away. I'm like, what? Like, no flipping way. Like, just, you think you know someone and you don't know what they're going through, and people can hide it really good. And that's why I'm going to do a buddy check. I didn't post it in IMC chat, but I think I'm going to post it in Transmutation and Beyond Clarity. And if you guys want to do this with your buddies, check in, see how everyone's doing. I put it in a lot of the group chats, like my RBMC. I told them what happened, and I'm like, if anyone's going through anything, reach out to me, because it's just a conversation, or just hearing, like, knowing that someone is there, that's there for you, willing to listen, is just enough. Because trust me, I've been through it. Like on IMC base one, my bio, it has in there suicidal thoughts, and I almost didn't want to put that because that seemed a little extreme. Plus, I was towards the end of my Air Force career. I'm going to meet you, Seth. No, nothing wrong. I'm just going to meet you. Just let me know when you're ready to speak again. I had to, like, not lie, but pretty much get reevaluated towards the end of my Air Force career just so I could get deployed, because I was on some medication. I hope I don't get dinged for this, but citalopram for depression and Adderall for focus. I put focus there because Adderall freaking, oh man. Let's just put it this way. If you have addictive personalities or tendencies, do not take Adderall. Boom. Dr. Tony's orders. I was helping run my friend's business, and it was, you ever try running a business? All right. You ever try running a business? Let me know how that goes for you. So I was taking some medication to help with that. And I was honest with the doctor, like, I was taking this because of what I was going good now. I'm doing some natural methods, which I was. You can take me off this medication so I can get deployed. And towards the end of my medication taking, I invested in my first video series called MWA, Monks with Attitude. It was a 4-video series that AZD had. And one thing that I felt a change in me, and these were many things leading up, eating healthy, working out, meditating, going for walks, tuning in nature, stoicism. One thing that AZD said was changing your attitude about things, about whatever it is, changing your attitude about it. I felt this shift in me, and like this release. And what do you know? Shortly after that, I no longer needed the medication. Now, it wasn't easy. This was a few years in the making, but and it helped me quit that. So let's say, Seth, Kenny, you might have this freaking roadblock, or this bottom of roller coaster for me, or this freaking monsoon hitting you, like, oh my God, like, what next? Kind of like how it hit me. For the last couple of weeks, I was kind of MIA, and Kenny experienced some of that. And then my friend dying on my birthday, it just freaking hit me like a ton of bricks. But when I saw that message, I felt like this tingling in me. It was like a sign from him, like this, like I got you, like you're gonna get through this. And I felt rejuvenated, like I caught my second wind. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Because this drive I'm taking to Milwaukee, almost every night I want to go out and party. I make a stop before I go out. And then what do you know, the next morning, I'm like, well, that was stupid. And here I am going down again, but this time I'm in control. Why? Because I gave God my uncontrol, if that makes sense. I've been fighting for the longest time, trying to be good, you know, trying to balance all these things where I get so overwhelmed where it make me sick, or I just like not show up, or I turn my phone off, or I disappoint people counting on me. And then I remembered, and trust me, if this is something that you've been struggling with for years, I get it. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in, cast all your burdens on Him. Give it to God. And towards one of the lowest, I can't say nights in my life, but during a low time this past week, I prayed to God. I gave it to Him. And man, what a release. And that's all I got. It's only been 18 minutes, but that's okay. Anyone else? So,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
That was pretty
Nothing,
deep, man.
Kenny.
That was pretty deep. No, I really ain't got much to say, man. But I hear you.
And that's okay. Congratulations for showing up. And do that thing your future self will thank you for, because you know what? I'm finally doing it. And I think this whole time I could have done it, that I had it in me. And it's kind of like an aha, like, oh, why did I go further? But I'm glad I'm in it now, because you know what? There's a lot of people out there that never do it. And I always think, what if? So why not you? Why not now? Kenny, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you, Seth, for showing up. And what you said makes sense, because fuck, man, I've been lately I just been feeling really like I don't want to say depressed, but just like low. And
I think we're all going through it. That's one reason why my friend passed. Go ahead, Kenny.
yeah, and it's just like, but it's like a purge for me, because like all the emotions and thoughts and stuff I never really dealt with, it just comes up. And I recently learned a lesson from Michael Singer where I'm just like, I've already dealt with this already, and it just, and then I would try to figure something out, and then I would just go deeper and deeper in the hole. Now it's just like, I'm just, I don't know if reminding myself was the right word, but I'm just like, okay, bro, like I know this feeling and I know this thought already. So now I just need to sit there and observe it and just let it be what it is, and stop
Absolutely.
trying to figure it out, because like lately it's just been really, I don't know, bro. Like it's just very dark, and I have no idea why. Like I don't need to know the reason. I just know it's been very dark, and
Yeah.
and that's just what I've been going through probably for the last week or so. Just not being in the present, like just being more in mind and trying to figure this out and figure that out, and there's really nothing to figure out is what I'm, because like I said, the more I try to figure something out, the more and more deeper I go, deeper into darkness. And then I'm like, fuck, bro, like now I'm stuck here. Now I'm not stuck, but I'm stuck. So
Right.
I just been like observing now, bro. Like I'm digging myself out of the hole that I dug my own self in, not even knowing. But I should know. That's the thing. But I just want to thank you guys for showing up, bro. It's good to hear from you, Seth and Tony. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. I try when I can, man, definitely.
Absolutely. This is what I do. And you know what? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
The funny thing is, like the last couple weeks not showing up and then doing this and just seeing how easy it is, where it's like this is all I had to do. It's whether it's hard or simple, whether you think it's hard or you think it's easy, either way you're right. So it takes me back to the secret when I hit a midlife crisis at 26. Remember when I moved down to Milwaukee? I was 26, and I thought the first time I moved down there, I would have been happy. You know, I had a girlfriend, I was going to school, and what do you know? Winter comes, seasonal affective disorder, well, also nature deficit disorder. I hit a low in my life where my friend who understood what I was going through had me watch a secret documentary. And I always get John Assaraf and Jack Canfield or whatever, Jack Canfield mixed up, but the saying goes, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're correct. So think about that thing that you want to do that you thought was hard and picturing yourself doing a visualization and making it easy. Oh, I love it. And going through the darkness, you know what? That was probably the longest time I've ever been in the darkness, you know, because I would stick in the darkness for months. I'm gonna put my phone here because there's a police officer sitting along the street there protecting and serving, and I'm just gonna make it look like
Yeah,
he's gone. Okay. So sitting in the darkness,
you better hope they protect him. Shit.
yeah, right. And they're all not the same, you know, but I always respect them first. I was actually thinking about being a police officer until I took one criminal justice class, and hearing some of the stories, I'm like, I would not want to be in that situation. So sitting in the darkness, you know, Kenny, you know, Seth, it sounds like, if I may, you going through it. I was going through it. Out of the darkness comes the light, you know, and like I said, back when I was 26, I would sit there like thinking like, oh, this is it. Like, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm used to. And months. And then it wasn't until last summer, after learning what I've been learning the past few years, IMC-Nation, ACD process, that things will get better. And whether it's a week, 2 weeks, you know, even the day, it. And, you know, Kenny, what you're learning from Michael Singer and what we're applying with transmutation, it will get better. Just know it'll get better. And with what you're going through, with me, I compare it to a roller coaster because with every low comes a high, but with my low comes an even higher high. My low. You just have to believe.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like I repeat myself sometimes, but I'm learning. Yeah, that's what I'm understanding now. It's just me giving the reasons and me giving the excuse for why I am the way I am in the moment is feeding that monster, feeding that like I say darkness, but whatever term people want to use. And yeah, like you said, dude, it's just up. You go down, go up. Like that's the journey of life, right? Instead of trying to avoid, and I'm not really avoiding nothing. I'm just avoiding like like I said, I made a video before, like escapism, right? I'm just trying to escape things that I've never really dealt with at 39 years old. Being sober, like seeing life the way it is, seeing the truth, and thanking God every day, bro. Like it's kind of unknown to me, but that's where I should be, is the unknown. Because I already know what I know, so why don't I just get to know the unknown? So no control, just let be what it is. That's basically what I'm saying.
It's nothing and everything. That's what I learned the last 5 years, especially at the retreats I went to, where I learned I found out I found a lot there, but after learning what I've learned with AZD and IMC Nation, I didn't like the retreats I need to be going to our beast camps. I'm just going to burn a little sage here. It's nothing and everything at the same time. And knowing, it's like you said, knowing that I don't know everything and being comfortable with the unknown. And going there and to think like how things were whenever something would come up, I'm going to speak for myself here, and dealing with it, like for the longest time, not thinking I deserve anything, what I want in life, expecting the worst, or if something happens, like, oh, this is what I expect, this is what I'm used to. And then reaching a point where I'm just like, enough is enough. What if I think about what I want, like what I deserve, that I do deserve the best? I think that way. And I tell you what, it hasn't been easy. And just like you said, Kenny, we're reminding ourselves this because we need to remind ourselves every day. And that remind me to write this down and remind myself every morning and night, and then throughout the day too, what I want. And that's one reason why, reading Stoicism or listening to Stoicism every morning, starting my day right. And then those aha moments, and you're like, yes, of course. And especially at night before you go to bed, because you're going to want to set your mind to wake up on a positive note and seize the day, carpe diem, and remind yourself, why you keep showing up. And when that low hits, when something happens, like for me, just feeling so low and out of it, and I made a mistake at one of the weddings. I forgot to play the last song that they requested, and I thought I played it. And then, when you're the center of attention and you have so many people coming on you, you tend to forget things. I forget my own name sometimes. So instead of beating myself up and just quitting, like I always did, past tense, I learned from it. Oh, I didn't fail. I learned. What can I do next time? And you know what? My RBMC brother, who got me the job and was my first trainer, told me this: mindset is everything. And who says it's all a state of mind? AZD IMC Nation. I'm getting chills right now. So when I heard that, I'm like, I'm in the right place. I'm with the right people. Because it is all a mindset. Like I said before, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you are correct. So you make a mistake, you're at a low point, dust it off, brush that dirt off your shoulder, and just know that, that's where the attitude comes from. What do you choose? Are you going to sit there and beat yourself up like a whiny, needy little biatch? That was me, past tense. Or are you going to take that learning experience and put it as fuel for your fire and be like, oh yeah, guess what? This is going to help me level up, which it is. One reason why I'm doing this show. And I encourage all you to do the same. We got some very powerful men here. Kenny and I, we are going to make it happen this Sunday. Still working on time. Transmutation Ministry. And Seth and Saber, I know you guys are both freaking smart. I can see you both. Even going live, even sharing some words of wisdom. And first of all, do it for yourself, because there's someone on the other side of the camera, you, that is counting on you. One reason why I do this, because I'm pretty much giving myself a pep talk, reminding myself why I'm doing this, why I keep showing up. But what am I going to do for an hour and a half drive listen to music, listen to an audiobook, that gets boring after a while. I'm going to go live and just talk about whatever. Because you know what? It's helping me grow. It's helping me improve. And also, there's someone out there who may need to hear my story. Just like I say, someone out there needs to hear your story from you. Stop holding yourself back and keep showing up.
Word, homie.
Say what?
I said, word, homie. You know, he said, keep showing up.
Show up for yourself.
Got a little ganja.
Hi.
Show up for yourself. Show up for others. Keep showing up.
Keep showing
You
up
gotta
for
show up
yourself.
for yourself.
Show up
That
for
must be
yourself.
sage or something. I don't know.
It's sage. Fill your cup. This is something that the shaman would clear me. Shaman would burn and clear me early and choose spirits. I staged myself. I staged my living area. I staged my car earlier, and it works. Whether you believe it works or not, it works for me. So do what works for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
like,
All right.
So-
Oh, 1 second, guys. I am going to end the live stream on YouTube.
okay.
All you freeloaders on YouTube, I've been there. I used to watch. If you'd like to be my guest for AZD's, what's it, Alpha Academy now? Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Message me, men 18 plus only. Message me for the link. And remember, show up for yourself, show up for others.